Hi everyone, in this lesson or section we'll be talking about color theory, and it is a very broad subject, but I will try to condense it as much as possible. Let's talk about the basics. So there's primary colors, secondary colors, and tertiary colors. So primary colors are yellow, blue, and red. Secondary colors are the primary colors mixed together. For example, yellow and blue will create green, yellow and red will create orange, and blue and red will create violets and purples. And tertiary colors are a mixture between secondary and primary colors. Each color has a warm and cool version, and that's why I have here two color wheels, and I label them warm and cool. For example, this color wheel, I really only use there's a warm yellow, which is cadmium yellow, and then there's a cool yellow, that's a lemon yellow. The names are pretty, helpful to distinguish them, but you can see here too, just a little bit of difference. This one really does look like, a lemon or something, and this one looks like, much richer, much more, a little bit more towards the orange side. So I got my orange. So let's say you got this beautiful red rose right now. They're exactly the same color, by the way, if you haven't noticed yet. I painted them. Yes, I painted them a little bit before just to save the time, and so it won't dry. But it's using the exact same water ratio to paint and exact pigment. I painted it at the same time, so there really isn't any difference to it. I can see this rose a lot clearer than I can see this rose. Not only value-wise there's a difference here, but just color-wise. I think it's a great exercise if you ever want to try it out. I create a whole entire painting based on shapes, only shapes, and it will be a great exercise to help you develop good edge control. So you have to be careful with every single shape. You're not just, like really fast, quickly brushstrokes everywhere, which brushstrokes are a great thing to have, and you should have develop that technique, but learning how to be exact is also a good exercise. But just to move ahead, this piece I created with just complementary colors, so yellow and violet. So this piece I only use analogous colors, and usually in these color schemes you feel more harmonious with it. It's nothing like would stand out too much. This little leaf stands out a little bit more because that's the only part where I use any yellow, and the shape and value-wise, that's how I'm creating contrast there. That's my focal point. But overall, it's still pretty harmonious throughout the whole thing. You feel a lot more peaceful with that, and you can create mood. Like color has so much meaning behind it. Blues and greens, you can create more tranquility kind of feeling. Blue can also be depression or sadness or sorrow. Reds can be passion or anger, so there's a lot of meaning behind all of that. So it's sometimes when you're trying to create a very moody piece, analogous colors will be great. And there's two more color schemes left. There's the rectangular tetratic colors, and there's the square one. So all of these are just guidelines. So think about color scheme as in like something to limit yourself and not go crazy and use every single color on the color wheel, and something to base off of. Because if, like, let's say I want to use reds, but if I sometimes use too many, all of the reds I have here, it can also get the painting or illustration a little muddy or just too busy. Your eye has nothing to rest on. So these are always great examples to go and to follow, and they have been tried and true for all these years, so there's definitely a reason for them to exist till this day. And like for example, if I want to paint some water, you want to paint an ocean and it's really peaceful and calm, maybe you want to stick with something like analogous or even monochromatic, then that would work.